So, as everyone knows, YouTube has had a lot of trouble recently because of some bitter people who have been attacking YouTube for a while now. And I'm pretty sure that everybody's been brought up to speed about the whole story between PewDiePie and the ad companies running away from YouTube. So I'm not really going to go into that too much. You can pretty much type YouTube crisis and probably find a bigger YouTuber who's extensively described the entire situation much faster than I would right now. So this video is specifically for my audience. So anybody else who's never been here before, you might be confused or something. This is probably the worst video for you to watch if you've never been on this channel. So going back to the people who have been here for a while, or the people who've been here for a little bit, I'm going to first quickly give my opinion on the whole matter and then move on to how it affects me personally, since everybody wants to know how this affects the people that they're subscribed to. So my opinion on the whole thing is this could honestly just be another fluke, and it could easily just be, you know, some sort of phase that YouTube is going through again, and it would be nothing for anyone to worry about if people could learn the lessons of history. So what do I mean by that? Well, what did the companies do that hurt YouTube so bad? They hit the money. Time and time again, if you want to attack something, especially in America, you go for the money. And for some reason, people just haven't grasped that concept. You know, like I think iDubbbz was making fun of people for the whole Uber protest, like saying, oh, it's not going to work or whatever. And then it fucking worked, because common sense will tell you if you take the money away from a company, they freak the fuck out. That's all they care about. So it's the same thing here. If people just, you know, looked at the biggest companies, because those are the ones that lead, you know. If they looked at the biggest companies and hit them the hardest, then those companies will come back, and then all the other companies will follow, because the only reason why they're leaving is because they don't want to lose money. So if you make them lose money for leaving, they're gonna come back. You know, when this first happened, I was ready to make a video on it. I was gonna look up the biggest companies and everything that they're affiliated with and all this other stuff, and then I just thought about it and I'm like, I got 4,000 subs. And that's amazing. But the point is, I only have 4,000 subscribers. You know, I can't really reach anybody. If I had more, I would have did something about it. Because even just a few thousand of people blasting their Twitters saying, you know, we're gonna stop supporting these companies, that on its own, those threats are enough to make people turn around a lot of the time. But I just don't have that sort of reach, you know. So that's when I was like, fuck it. It's just a waste of a video because it's not going to change anything. It's really crazy. Like, everyone's freaking out about YouTube freaking out. And so they're like, YouTube is taking the worst approach. And YouTube is completely changing the system. So now we're going to freak out and we're going to change how we do things. We're going to go to Indiegogo and, you know, Kickstarter and Patreon and all these other things. And it's like, that's not a bad idea. But the first idea should have been, let's fight back first. I understand it's because they need to make money, but you could have at least did both. You could have been like, let's fight back, and in the meantime, support us on this website. Here's my store. Just like with the Fine Bros. You saw how quickly they fucking turned around, but you can't really get them to change it at this point. Everybody's made up their minds. So that's my whole opinion on the thing. I think it could have been a lot better if people have taken a different approach. And there are some people who are, it's just not enough, because the people with the biggest voices and the people who are getting hit the hardest for some reason haven't thought of doing that. So hopefully it's just a phase or a fad or whatever and it turns around, but I honestly don't know at this point. Because at first I just assumed that by now, you know, some big YouTubers have to understand that this is how you handle things. We've done this so many times before. So I was like, oh, this isn't that big of a deal. We just need a bunch of people to blast, you know, those companies, call whoever they need to call, email whoever they need to email, tweet them, and then not support, you know, their brands, and we'll be fine in like a week. That's what I figured. Once I saw like all the people who should have been doing that went in the complete other direction, they didn't even compromise to do both, which would have been the best idea. I'm like, oh, this might actually be a really serious thing. So that brings me to my own personal issues, I guess, you know, how this affects me. So first I want to say, when I first made this channel, it was just my channel. You know, I named it Kurena Fujio, and I did some videos. I ended up deleting them all because it's not that they were embarrassing or anything like that. I actually got a lot of subscribers from it very quickly. Every time I put out a video, I got a bunch of subs. And if you ask anyone who starts out on YouTube, that's a good thing. If every single time you put out a video in the beginning, you get multiple subs each time. So it was doing really well, but I didn't want those videos to be the representation of the channel. It didn't really represent what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to like do humorous stuff with like cartoons. I like to draw, and I wasn't doing anything like that at first. So I got rid of them because I wanted to go in a different direction. And then I stopped making them for a little bit. And you know, I was on my Candy Love and stuff. So when I met Blue Maiden on there, we were talking and joking, and she had the same sense of humor as me. And I was like, oh my God, we could like, you know, do something. And so we were just talking one day, and that's when we came up with administrative business. It was literally ad-libbed. I edited it and stuff and put the music in, and like it has like 70,000 views now. I spoke to Blue Maiden right when we were getting ready to do that recording, telling her that it's a long story as to why. I'll probably explain it. I will explain it at some point. But regardless of the reason, I thought that I couldn't stick with the channel unless I was doing it with someone. So I asked her if she wanted to be like my partner. And back then she had way more free time because of circumstances with employment and all of that. But shortly after, everything changed for her. You know, she's now at a different job and she works night shift, and you know, she has fibromyalgia. So having that kind of job mixed in with her illness in comparison to her previous job completely changed everything. So I just continued everything that I was doing. And what I realized was, you know, just recently, I've made like 70 videos all on my own. You know, I thought this whole time like I needed someone else to do them with for me to stick with it for reasons that would make sense if I explained them, but that's not what this video is about. Then I just realized this is basically my channel, isn't it? So we just talked about that recently, and it's like she already knew it the whole time, because there was a video update that we did where she was like, you know, Kurena's doing like pretty much everything, and it was still in my head, yeah, 50-50. You know, now I have another friend who helps me out in similar ways to her, you know, suggestions and stuff when we talk. That's pretty much the part that Blue Maiden does. She helps me with suggestions for a few things when she has time. You know, like if I'm talking about ideas for parodies, even though I stopped doing them for a while. And she does some of the voices, but again, stopped doing fucking parodies for a while. So now I have another friend who's helping me with suggestions for a different part of the channel, because like 30% of you guys are subscribed for the My Candy Love stuff. 30% of you are subscribed for, you know, the opinionated stuff because of the Nicole Arbor thing. The rest of you are just there for the whole thing. So I don't know. But I just know I have like 2 big audiences who hardly cross over to the other videos, and then it doesn't matter. So I have another friend who has been trying to help me lately with suggestions for things for me to talk about to appease the opinionated audience. And, you know, I come up with a lot of ideas for the My Candy Love stuff. Eventually, I want to split up the channel amongst at least 3 channels because, you know, I want to do these gaming videos. And then I have the art videos, which include parodies, dress-ups, all that other stuff. And then, you know, there's the opinionated stuff. So I could split them all up that way. But I'm just one person, you know, so it's very difficult to manage 3 channels by myself. So that's why I'm just throwing it all on one channel, and you guys haven't minded at all. I appreciate that so much. I really like the audience that I have a lot. I can't even express it. Like, you guys are so understanding and stuff, and you guys have the sense of humor you guys have, like the comments. It's just, I don't know, like, you guys are like here on the Facebook page and the Tumblr, like, you guys are fucking amazing. I'm probably going to talk about it in more depth another time, but I really appreciate the kind of audience that I have, because I can have any audience, and you guys are very special. A lot of people want an audience like this. I hope it doesn't change as we get more support. So I'm saying all this because with the whole YouTube issues, we were hit and the revenue has dropped a lot, and it was very helpful. So I wanted to bring all that up to you guys because of you, I was able to get... I just got a phone call. I'm trying to remember where I left off. Crap. I like tripped over the microphone and everything. I hurt my hand. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Whew. Yeah, I was talking about the microphone. So awkward transitioning back to this conversation. But yeah, honestly, because of you guys, I was able to get that microphone, and you know, the views did increase. Like, also, I recently realized that I can upload my stuff in HD. So I've been like trying to upload my videos. So I'm like, oh, that's great. And you know, I've been getting like a lot of views from you guys on specific stuff. Like, you guys really like the event videos, but I really like doing the My Candy Love stuff because it's from the same people. The opinionated stuff, I haven't gained enough of an audience for it to be those people always coming. I recognize some comments, but most of it comes from strangers who are just now coming in. But those give me a lot of subs too, and I like sharing my opinion, you know, so I still want to do those. But I just really appreciate the My Candy Love audience because of the fact that it's this type of humor about a fucking dating sim. So I was able to improve my quality because of you guys. So it's just, I don't know, it's so amazing to see where this whole thing is going. And my original goal when I saw that people liked what I was doing was, you know, the more support I get, the more money I can make. The more money I can make, the more I can improve the quality. And if I can improve it enough, I can bring in both of the friends that I have right now, Blue Maiden and the Mafia. I was gonna do that, and it's just with this new hit to YouTube, I'm thinking like, is it already destroyed before I even got a chance? So I don't know what this means for me. So I did talk to you guys before about how I did make a Patreon, but I didn't announce it yet because I couldn't think of anything to give you guys, and I still haven't quite figured it all out. I know I want to do something with like drawing, because the whole reason why I thought of making one in the first place was that I saw a lot of artists on Patreon. Because you know, you have this whole community on YouTube where you have some people who start their Patreons at a certain number of subs and some at another number. I've seen like channels with like 1,000 subscribers with like Patreon donors, some with 15,000, some with 100,000, and then some with 500,000. Those are different numbers I've seen. You know, what I've seen that made me really look at Patreon was there's a lot of artists on there who will sell drawings, and my only issue is that I knew I couldn't sell drawings because I'm doing so many things with this channel. When you look at the way that they do their drawings, that's like a full-time job. So I can't do what they're trying to do. So what I'm here for is to ask you guys now, what kind of things, if you were someone who would be willing to donate to, not me specifically, but just anyone, what kind of things would you want in return? I know that there are Patreons where people just donate, but for most Patreons, there are going to be people who just donate because there's like that $1 tier and stuff like that. So there's going to be that. But for, you know, people who actually want something in return, because I want to give people things. So I'm wondering, what kind of things would you want? It just can't, I need to find a way to give away things that are easy for me to do while I'm also working on other stuff. So with the new equipment that I have, I think I can do live streams now, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that, but if that's something that you guys will list, then let me know. With the drawings, I can't do like the Kita Calypstick drawing that you guys just saw me do. I'll probably post a little quick thing of that so you know what I'm talking about, the type of quality. I can't do shit like that because that took me 30 hours. And with this crappy recording software, well, I have like a Lemon computer now, the new equipment, it's like a Lemon computer, so I cannot, you know, do drawings like that all the time because I've only been drawing on the computer for a short amount of time. I'm not one of those people who can just draw fluently and confidently. It takes me longer to do things than it would if I was used to it. On paper, I can do that shit lickety split because I've been drawing my entire life. But on the computer, I'm just not used to it. So I can't do stuff at that quality every single week or something to release for people and still be able to make other content. But I can do sketches, you know, the way that you guys see me drawing characters for like episode 28 parody. I could take suggestions from you guys. I don't know if you guys will want to see the characters together. I know that people do one picture comics, like on Tumblr and stuff, so I could do that. Those are the only ideas that I really have floating around right now. Also, by the way, I do want to continue gameplays for anyone who wants to know, because I know some people have told me thank you so much for finishing this game. I'm not gonna stop playing them, but it's just I don't want to continue to play them and then the editing program crashes. So with Eldarya, I've been like saving up mana, however you want to pronounce it, so that if the recording software crashes, I can replay the episode and try to record myself again. And then with the other games, I'm just gonna have to save a whole lot, I guess, and then like go back. So yeah, those are the different things that's happening right now. But I would really appreciate it if you could give me suggestions for what kind of things you would want, you know, in return for, you know, donations. What kind of things have you seen quite frequently? And yeah, I'm gonna be trying to figure out this list of tiers a lot quicker now than before, because of the issues with YouTube and the fact that it looks, because of everyone's reactions, it looks like it's not going to, there's a much higher chance it could really go south. So again, I appreciate you guys supporting me so much, and I know that I'm not talking right at all. I know that I haven't been doing any parodies for a while. For those of you who don't know, I've talked about it before, how it just got impossible. It's just, that old computer was so fucking frustrating. You know what? You want to know what's so bad about both of these pieces of shit? It's that the old one was so slow. It made you feel like there was no point in doing anything anymore. It's like, why not just give up? But I kept using it anyway. I have a drawing video, my first digital art drawing video, I think called Kurena Concept. If you slow it down or pay close attention, you can see the circle dragging behind where my pen is going. That's how slow it was. Everything was choppy because nothing was fluent. I wouldn't have the internet open, nothing, just the drawing program and the recorder. Rendering all the videos, putting them into the program would take hours. I thought that was everyone's struggle. Then I get this computer and I can just pop a video in there and it's in there. If I want to edit a video. If I want to record something, it immediately is in there. If I want to turn it into a video ready to upload, it's super quick. If I want to upload it, it's super quick. And some of them still take a while. Some of them take like an hour. But on the other computer, it would take hours. Like just for like a 10-minute video. Like what the fuck? So it was so slow, and then the saturation was so bad. If you guys, you know, for those of you who remember, it was so terrible. And I've shown examples. And then you can see examples in like all the videos, like Alpha and Omega. The saturation is way higher than it should have been. So that's how it was with all my videos. And then with this new computer, the quality is great. The colors come out right. And the audio's nice, like on this, with this microphone. I'm still figuring it out, you know, but this microphone is nice, but it crashes. So it's like either never have it crash, because it would never crash on the old computer. So either just don't have it crash, but it's like 7,000 times slow, or have it be super fast and normal with great quality and great audio and you know, like the crisp outline, and videos can be uploaded in HD, but it crashes half the time. Your pick. Choose your fucking struggle, bitch. You know, like that's my life right now. So I'm sticking with there's way more pros with this new thing, with the HD videos and the sound, because the microphone does not work on the other computer. I've looked into it. It doesn't want to fucking work on there. Maybe they're both lemon computers, but I just know that one's like super old. So I'm sticking with this one, but I stopped doing the parodies because they were all on the older one. Episode 28's parody was on the old computer. Whenever you see fuzzy lines, those fuzzy outlines, is because I was using a shit drawing program. I still have a couple of unfinished parodies on that computer that I'm gonna have to eventually get back to. This new one, I'm putting this picture here like it's a picture of something that I'm working on. I am going to be doing parodies again because of issues with me and Blue Maiden. Like right now she has a really big problem with her throat. I can't remember what she said it was called, but like she can't voice act. And us meeting up and stuff is always hard as usual, so I'm kind of just I've been thinking of parodies that I can just draw on my own. If there's anywhere I can just do all the voices, I'll do those. If I can keep playing the Eldarya games, which I'm going to try to do, I'm just going to start doing Eldarya parodies because I do all the voices for Eldarya. So there's that. So I am doing parodies again. They're going to be basically silent with some sound effects though and music. And yeah, I just wanted you guys to know that that will be a thing again. That's why I was like bringing up, you know, drawing the characters and all this other stuff. So there will be more parodies coming out. And yeah, and I don't know how many of you have gone to the official Tumblr. I did make one comic. I'm going to be trying to do more. So there's comics too. And like I said with the Patreon, one of the things I thought of is that I could do, you know, one picture comics for sure. Just to be clear, I don't know if I'm going to be doing a Patreon or not. For one, I don't know if I'm at a point where people would donate to it. I know I said before that I've seen channels, you know, that are like at 1,000 and people donate, but that doesn't mean that my channel will do that. So I don't know, but I just want to at least see how many suggestions I get or what kind. And then I'll still set it up anyway so that the tiers are there for whenever people are there. So even if you guys aren't ready to do that yet, you will be later. And who knows, if you guys are ready to, then I will have things to offer for people who want to donate. So I really appreciate the feedback, if I get any. And yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.